What do you get when you jingle Santa's balls?
Jingle balls, obviously.
A white Christmas.
I don't get it.
Okay.
Are you implying that Santa's balls are white?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
What if he tans nude at the beach? How do you know? Maybe he's black from the waist down. How do you know what color Santa's balls are?
Oh my god. Okay, don't worry about it. Let's go play our London only match.
You should never tell me a dirty joke. I don't like, you know, it's 2023. We shouldn't imply what color Santa's balls are.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we were. Yeah.
Is that not the joke? I'm
might get that
21
one.
years old. I want to get the joke. Can you tell me the joke, please?
What's a chess player's favorite TV show?
What?
Pawn Stars. I didn't write these, okay?
Oh god. Oh god.
How do you make a chessboard laugh? Check.
How?
Tell it a nightmare joke. Why did the chess player go to jail? It's really bad. It's really, really bad, okay?
Yeah, that's why I gave up on guessing it.
Because they can't control their pawn addiction.
It does not even make sense. How did the chess player propose
To their partner.
on a castle?
No. They got down on one knee and said, "Will you be my mate?"
Uh-huh. I don't think it would work.
Yeah, you think chess players are getting girlfriends?
Okay. We can skip that one.
Yeah.
What I have in my hands here
Yep.
are just some little baby noodles. So
Don't scare the snake.
these are month-old reticulated pythons. Let's go ahead and bring them.
I can hold it.
You support their body.
second.
Support their bodies.
Yes.
You can show them to stream.
Hello.
We love snakies.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of feels like it's choking me.
Oh, she's not holding it.
Okay, this is. She's not
That's just her
trying
body
to.
weight on
That's just. She's just this heavy. Okay, great.
My baby
I feel like I'm getting choked.
Oh my god, Nemo, you are actually fearless.
Alright, now I can go on to this side.
Can I tap out?
Oh my god.
No, it's okay.
Nemo,
I got it.
holy moly. Oh my god.
So lean forward.
Oh my god. This is insane.
Happy 420. Do you know what 420 is?
420?
Yeah.
No.
You don't know what 420 stands for?
No, I don't.
Oh my god, chat. He doesn't know what 420 stands for.
Wait, what does 420 stand for?
Yeah, it stands for April 20th. Of course. That's what it stands for. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
You have to update me.
Do you know what 69 stands for?
Yeah.
Okay. 420 is when you smoke
that's-
weed. Yeah, and it's like 420.
Oh, I think I've actually heard about that. before.
Okay.
I didn't know it was 420.
Alright, you go.
I'm thinking if I move my queen here,
Oh, wait. Where?
like I'll move it to e10.
E10. Where's E10? Wait.
Nothing, nothing.
Wait, where is E10? I'm so confused.
Nothing. It's not on the board actually.
Wait, was that a nuts joke or something that I missed?
No, that'd be weird and out of pocket. Anyway,
Look at the chat and Nemo's Twitch channel, loving every minute. 10-6-6. She's gonna have to dodge a lot of bullets here. Pulte for now looking for a king, a 10, or a 7. Plenty of backdoor draws, including the 3-3. Needs a king, 10, 7, or 3, or this tournament is over. And this tournament is over. Nemo gets the job done. She's stunned, but she's the champion.
Thank you so much, Pulte. It was a pleasure to play against you. Thank you.
Nice
Thank
job.
you. Oh my god.
Spend it wisely.
I will. Okay, 5 push-ups. You guys ready? Ah! Oh my god, I'm slipping. Okay, I'm gonna do it against the doorway. 1, 2, for the day done. Oh. Whew. Like, I truly don't understand. Like, where is this leg going? Okay, so I think it goes like this, right? And then you want to get into like this position. Like, I think that's what we're trying to. Ta-da! See? My little fist? It fits perfectly. Proof that I punched it. Like, my fists aren't very big. They fit perfectly into each of these holes. And that's why my hand is like beyond bruised. They're quite bad. Oh shit, I should play this. Fudge. Wait, I checkmated? Wow, I'm a genius! Oh, planned! Oh, know who this is. Your girlfriend? For Tasha's girlfriend? Wait, actually, I was fully joking. I was entirely memeing. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. He's dating a chess player? Good for him, I guess. I don't know if that's a good for him in Polish culture. I don't know what chess players are like in Poland. If you have an ELO, I'm automatically not dating you, so tough luck, buddy. Only dating people who have no idea what the fuck chess is. Alright, okay. I'm scared, guys. Hello guys, hope you're all doing well today. Good afternoon. Katsuko has taken his usual perch and he is ready for the stream. But yeah, today we are going to be doing Flex Friday, so if you haven't yet submitted your game for Flex Friday, feel free to do so. It is in our Discord. And today, other than that, we are going to be playing a little bit of poker later, which is always really fun. But I hope you guys are all doing well. The $50 is for the best game, and this week's theme is no costling. Okay. He is super majestic. Yeah, he's great, honestly. Katsuko has been a little menace all day, so he is ready to fall asleep. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I am absolutely exhausted. I honestly, like, don't really feel like I sleep at all whenever I wake up, so I'm permanently tired, but on paper, I'm getting 9 hours of sleep, so I don't really understand why. I feel so tired. But anyways, I'm gonna chug a lot of coffee. We're gonna try to stay up. I have, like, honestly been getting... Well, no, it's not even because of Katsuko. I, like, fell asleep just fine. And then, yeah, I just don't know. It's just... I'm just tired. But that's okay. So today we are going to be... Aw, that's so cute, Codizy. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Tell your girlfriend I said hi. Thank you, thank you. Yeah... I mean, I also try sleeping less, and, well, try is maybe the wrong word. Some days I sleep less, some days I sleep a little more, but honestly, it's not great. Anyways, it's fine. Today we are going to be doing Flex Friday, so for Flex Friday, we are going to be going over all of your games, which means that for anybody that wants to submit a game this week, it is going to be, the theme's no castling. So basically, if you're submitting a flex, you gotta make sure that your game does not have a castle in it. And then other than that, for fails, you can always submit anything you want, and there is always at least a $50 prize for the best game, and there is a $25 prize for the worst game. So for those of you who want to participate and win some money, you can do so. You don't have to, obviously, but it is completely free to participate. Also, my chat is extremely messed up today. I don't really know why. Like, I think 7TV is honestly glitching out, and it's making it so that people's emotes are getting delayed when I see them. Like, I literally see your emote on OBS before I even see it in my actual physical chat, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, so for fails, you can submit a game with Castle. Yeah, that's exactly how this works. I've refreshed it so many times. I've uninstalled it, installed it. It's just scuffed today. Honestly, I would not be surprised that Twitch did something again with their API, and now everything is just messed up, and it's just the usual Twitch things. I'm honestly not even, like, you know, surprised. It's just Twitch. Nothing ever works. But that's okay. So, that's the summary of what we are doing today, and then later I'll be playing either some tournaments or 100 No Limit, depending on what's currently running on GG. But yeah, that should be fun as well. That should be fun as well. But if you guys have not yet checked out Flex Friday, we do this every single week. So if you guys want to submit games, be my guest. And we'll get started. Let's see. So first of all, we have Gary's game. So if this doesn't win Flex Friday, I'm gonna cry. It's my biggest flex yet. Not something you see every day. Was planning another game, but this ended up happening. Now I don't know what can top this. Probably somebody in chat posting the greatest game of all time, which might happen knowing my luck. So yeah, for all the games today, once again, the theme is no costling. If your game has a costling in it, it will not be accepted for Flex Friday. All submissions are done through Discord. Okay, so we'll start off with Gary's game. Oh, we also do not have music going on. Let's get it rolling. Yoink. Yoink. I mean, I'm already not that impressed by this game, honestly. Like, even though you don't have costling, it's not like it's that impressive. I mean, it's cool that you got a knight checkmate, I guess. The mate is? Yeah, that's fair. The knight checkmate is really cool. That's not what I was expecting at all. Alright, I'll pin it because of the knight checkmate. The first part of the game just felt like the opponent was signing up to get bullied. Like, literally signing up to get bullied. Like, all they did was move the first 7 moves in their repertoire. And was like, yup, please, ram your pawn against my king. Like, go for it. So honestly, not that impressed by the opponent. We'll pin it. It's a tentative flex because the opponent was really terrible. But I still do think that the knight under promotion is kind of cute. Like, getting a checkmate with knights on the board is always sweet. Alright, next up we have Pre Malone. We'll add right up later. Fail. Also, chess sucks. Relatable. Chess does indeed suck. So this is a fail, and for fail you're allowed to submit costling because, yeah, for fails we're always looking for whatever game is the worst. We don't have any specific restrictions to that. Unlucky. Why would you ever move your king all the way over to h6? I mean, honestly, I don't really know why the king is on h6, but this is kind of what happens when you get your king on h6, so yeah. We learned a lesson today, guys. Don't move your king all the way over to h6 when your opponent still has 2 rooks and a queen on the board. That would do it. Alright, next up, we have Bug Me Later. That definitely got pinned as a fail. I'm not exactly sure where the logic came in for that, but if you were playing that game hoping for a fail, I gotta admit, you succeeded. You really succeeded, so congratulations. So next up we have this game by Bug Me Later. I made a 2100 look like a Panzer in the modern Vienna. I know black cannot play bishop takes g1 because I have 95. Which Stockfish doesn't see immediately even. Oh my gosh, the English on this, sorry. The English confused me so hard. When people, like English is not my first language. So whenever people like put words in like a different order, my brain takes a moment to catch up. It's like, didn't even immediately see, I guess would be how I would write that. But honestly, I don't know anything about grammar. Grammar's tough. Anyways, okay, yes, we do know about h4. This is the fishing pole trap. Sorry, it took me a long time to figure out the word for that too. So basically it's called a fishing pole trap because this is like a hook. h6 is always called a hook, and then white offers bait. So if black takes, now it's the fishing pole. And h6 is called a hook because I've had so much coffee today, honestly. Like, I've drank so much coffee. I don't think coffee is saving me at this point. Like, I have chugged coffee trying to be awake, but I don't know. Need like a little bit of a... What are like the new tropics and stuff that's been really trendy these days that are supposed to give you energy? Anyways, something of that sort. I think I have maxed out my caffeine tolerance. Okay, anyways, back to this game. So that's a little explanation on the fishing pole trap. We'll see if the fishing pole trap is actually worth it. And the opponent was, sorry, Bug Me Later was talking about how bishop takes g1 does not work, and that would make sense. Even though this position is not that bad, it makes sense that if you don't have your rook on the open file anymore, then the position's going to be a little bit worse for you, which is why he was saying after bishop takes g1 there's knight to d5. And that's really cool. So now if the bishop goes back, now you have knight takes f5, pawn takes, bishop takes, and then you have checkmate, basically. So yeah, it's a really sweet tactic. Really like it. I love a good fishing pole trap. It's really classic, and I think this game definitely deserves the pin. The attack looks like it's really well executed, and, you know, it's a really cute finish here, I guess. Just absolutely bullying the opponent in a rapid game. So yeah, we'll pin this game. Definitely something that we're looking for in terms of no costling. This is kind of why I was saying, like, the very first game we saw today with Gary, his game was definitely a flex, but not really in the way that we're looking for it. Like, he didn't embrace the theme of no costling. Like, the opponent was so bad, it just went into an endgame and he promoted 3 knights. And honestly, like, it's still cool, but it's not really something that's, you know, celebrating costling, which is what we're more looking for today. Alright, so next up we've got Connor played as black. This is one of the coolest tactics I ever found. Well, the fishing pole bait works a lot better if you're not castled, right? Yeah, I mean, the 3 knights promotion, I mean, 3 knights checkmate is cool. It just doesn't celebrate the theme of no costling. Like, it just doesn't. And that's okay. We're not, I'm pretty picky about no costling just because I think it can get some really, like, this is a really cool game, actually. So black did not castle, actually ended up moving the rook over to f8 minus the king on g8, so that's kind of cute. We always like that. And then after bishop f4, bishop a6, bishop b4 check, he just moves like the queen over and is like absolutely bullying the opponent's king because the king can't castle, right? Whenever there's a piece blocking one of the squares that the king can move on, it can't castle. So yeah, this is like a really nice checkmate. Sweet. Nice game. This is a really nice game. This is definitely what we're looking for. Did I pin? No, not yet. Okay, it got pinned. And as a reminder, you guys are voting on the best game after we pick 5. we're gonna go through everybody's game that submits. When could I submit a night under promotion, mate? When the theme is under promotion. No, I'm joking. Like I said, I mean, it's still pinned right now. It's still pinned. It's still early on. Maybe everybody else is gonna fail at flexes for the rest of the week. You don't necessarily know. We just don't know yet. We'll see. We'll let the chat decide. Okay, next up, we have Icy Raid on first attempt and no costling. Not a great game, but fork though. I like that. The whole point of doing Flex Friday is so that you guys are able, well, maybe you guys are able is the wrong term. You guys are actually encouraged to potentially try something new. And I think that's something that goes really far in chess, because I feel like a lot of the time when people play chess, right, you're just playing it to win the game. And we kind of forget that at the end of the day, it's a board game that does not dictate your life at all. Your rating does not determine, you know, how much aura you have. So it's kind of good to just go outside of the box, think outside of the box, you know, test some stuff out. And I really like that. And I respect that, you know, Radon here is moving pieces along that he doesn't necessarily need to be moving, but he gets the fork at the end. Yeah, it's basically like a little side quest for you guys. So, and everybody's a winner at the end of the day because you're daring enough and are open to being mocked. And I know that the chess community can be extremely toxic. Sorry, no, the chess community is extremely toxic. So it's honestly really good that you guys are trying out something new. And I know that it's not always easy trying out a new game as well. Hey Xanado, thank you so much for the Prime. Welcome back to your 14th month. Thank you, thank you. Fail on the daily. And also at the end of the day, if you feel like you don't have any good games, you can always submit bad games and you can still get paid for that. There's always $25 to be paid for that. Okay. Can't really pin this game. I think your no costling was not really a major theme in the game. I actually think it was really well played. I think, like, for a game where you didn't costle, you actively stop your opponent from being able to costle for quite a little bit. And I really like that. So, you know, I think if we had, like, if your opponent didn't blunder a queen and you had, like, a cleaner game, it would have been cool. But, yeah, I can't really pin this game. Still think it's good, though. Okay, so next up we have Hema. Played as black. Sacrifice for the queen for the mate. Hell yeah. Skrillosaurus Rex. I love the username as always. It's the England Gambit declined, I guess. Aw, Alex! Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a successful day of Bullet. Although I tuned in at some point and you were back down to 2400, so maybe it wasn't. Well, anyways, I hope you gained some rating after I left watching the stream. Hopefully you guys gained some. But thank you so much for the raid, Alex. Hope you guys had a wonderful time, and thank you to Birthday for the 21 months. Was up for the stream? Okay. That's good. Being up is always good, honestly. Like, regardless of whether or not you hit the rating goal, it's fine. Gaining rating in a session is a pretty big deal. So, Bert didn't poop, so it was a win. I love that. Today we did hit the rating goal. Hell yeah! I love that. Let's go! Let's go. That's great. Pretty much peak. Wait, Alex's peak is in the 2500s, right? I'm pretty sure. Honestly, I like that. I have not played Bullet other than against you recently, but for everybody who is tuning in, if you guys want to participate, we're currently doing Flex Friday. So instead of you guys watching me play chess, you guys can submit your own games, and every time, for the best game of the week, we give out $50, and for the worst game of the week, we give out $25. And depending on my enthusiasm at hosting this every week, sometimes the prices get doubled because I skip a week. But the point is that you guys are able to submit games and then vote on games that you think are really good. So this is kind of like a community activity. Obviously, if you don't know anything about chess, you're also allowed to vote for your best friend. You're allowed to buy votes. I honestly don't really care. You can call your mother and ask them to come give you an extra vote for the chance at $50. But yeah, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to encourage you guys to go on a little side quest for chess every week. This week's theme is no costling, so any games that are submitted with no costle is valid. Like Skrillasaurus Rex's game, he's 224. I also judge games entirely based on what your rating is. Don't worry, I'm not judging your game if you are. I'm judging somebody who is submits as a 2300, different from somebody who submits as a 224. So I have very low standards for Skrillasaurus Rex. Very low standards. In fact, he has not costled. He submitted this game as a flex, stating that he didn't costle. In my opinion, he submitted this game as a flex because he was unable to costle and still got a win regardless. But, you know, sometimes flexes happen accidentally, and I respect that, whether or not you are going into the game with the intention of conducting this week's theme. Not my problem. But any game that does get submitted this week does need to have no costling. He's honestly losing so much material. I don't know why. Bro, we should bring some rooks out. You've already lost 2 minor pieces. It's time to use the rooks. Oh. And see? This game was a flex because he got the checkmate. Okay. My very honest opinion about this is that this game is good, especially because you're 224. I cannot pin this as a flex because I'm not entirely convinced that you planned out any of the moves, which once again is nothing against you. It's just a factual statement. If you saw this from back in like move 20, I would have, you know, that would have been better, but it feels a little bit like we kind of randomed into the checkmate on the back rank. But that's okay. That's honestly really good. I really respect that you sacrificed the queen and, you know, got the checkmate. I like it a lot. I just don't think it's quite a flex, but I still think it's really good. Yeah. But that's okay. Like, the whole point of Flex Friday is that it's fun and it's a chance for you to side quest and win $50 while side questing in chess, because I think so much of the time we get so focused on, like, you know, winning and rating goals and all that. And I think that's cool too. I just think that for a lot of 700s and 200s out there, like, it'll be a long time before you feel accomplished at anything you do in the game. And I'm not saying that as like it's necessarily wrong, just, you know, this Flex Friday idea gives you guys a little bit more chance to feel accomplished. That's really it. And then you guys can also participate and make fun of other people's games. Like this one. This one is a fail. So you're allowed to submit fails or flexes every week. Fails you can submit also once per week. The best fail wins $25, and fails are just essentially really bad games. So terrible queen sacrifice after a brilliant rook sacrifice, completely missed king c7, mixed game overall. Let's see it. So the 1200 strength is not actually 1200, as you can tell he's actually 2300, but sometimes he plays like a 1200, so we'll see. And for fails, you do not have to follow the week's theme, so he's allowed to castle. He didn't want to. Maybe he was going for a flex. And honestly, he's like completely winning here. That the opponent is fully just like, I'm gonna castle law and get a What? Wait, why? Why are we giving up the queen? I don't really understand. What's wrong with just like knight a5 and threatening checkmate? Sorry, I can't draw arrows apparently. And the rook at the same time. Yeah, Botest fan, actually. He knew Alex was gonna come in. I don't understand why the queen was lost, but that's okay. That's alright. Huge shout out to Alex for being the pioneer of the Botest Gambit. Nice game, I liked. Awesome. Yeah, that's a fail. That's an example of a fail. Okay, next up, we have a game by Spindelatron, played as white. Well, he had 34 seconds before he played the move. He spent 17 seconds to mess up the position. So honestly, it's a fail on multiple fronts. Oh yeah, this is really nice. I mean, okay, I don't really know if this game embraces no costling because the opponent just kind of gave White the chance to do whatever he wants. Like, not only did he let White get this amazing outpost for the knight, he also let White take the bishop with the queen, and now all of his light squares are insanely weak. So I'm not really sure this, but I'm gonna pin it for now. I like the tactics in it. I mean, this is a really good example of what to do when your opponent keeps their king in the middle of the board, which is why this is such an interesting theme, because usually I always tell beginners, like, hey, get castled as fast as you can so that you're able to preserve your king, because if you don't, you might get checkmated. And that's actually what happens a lot in games like this, right? You see people get checkmated. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Alex is an inspiration. It's true. If Alex can win games down a queen, so can you. Alright, next up, we have a fail by Pranav. I played as White. I hate chess. Literally had to go less than 1 second without blundering. Yeah, exactly, Spindelatron. Like, get castled. Unless you're participating in no costling Flex Friday, in which case don't castle. Why is our king on a4? I mean, I guess to avoid checks is a very good answer to that question. And we're complete. Oh my gosh, bro. Are you serious? You looked at the... Oh, you had 9... Your opponent had 7 seconds! Why didn't you just flag him? Why was rook to g7 and queen h6 not your first moves? First instinctual moves? What do we do when our opponent is running out of time? We give absolutely useless checks. So they have to respond to our absolutely useless checks. We don't worry about winning the position. We just give checks. Thug, you've been hanging out here long enough to know that that is what you should be doing in positions like this. How did you not? Oh my gosh. There should have been an easy win. There should have been such an easy win. All you needed to do was give checks. All you needed to do was give checks. Forget trying to, like, hide against checkmate. Just give checks. Whew. Alright. Honestly, nothing makes me more sad than a flagging opportunity missed. This is truly, truly tragic. The only reason to play chess is to flag the opponent. That's literally the only joy I get from this game. I can't believe you didn't flag him. I'm genuinely disappointed in you. You've been submitting games basically every single week. That I don't even care if you watch my stream on a regular basis. That just has to mean that you've watched my stream at some point, and you should know this. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad on your behalf, man. I'm actually so sad on your behalf. That's crazy that you didn't win that game. Alright, next up, we have Sledgehammer, played as black. This was a win with an incorrect queen sack included. You could call it a Botez gambit too. I love that. Thanks, Doug. Well, that was definitely a fail. This one is a flex, though. Apparently, there was a Botez gambit, but not really. If it's not really a Botez gambit, then it's just, oh no, my queen. Well, we're completely losing. So, that was genuinely a Botez gambit, I guess. Oh! PogChamp! Our opponent is not very bright and actually is 300 points lower rated. So they have no idea how to defend against an attack. Honestly, why was f3 not played instead of queen to f3? I don't really understand. Usually it's better to defend with your pawn than it is to defend with your queen. So unfortunately, I don't think I can pin this game. Sledge, I think your opponent was a little too Pepega, which once again does not go anything against how well you played, just means that I can't pin it. Alright, next up we have RU B9. I played as white, not mine, but I gamed Chow will like, perfect finish, amazing speed, final 50 moves were all pre-moves. Not mine. Okay, interesting. Well, usually we don't go over games that were not played by somebody as part of the community, but it's a Mons game, so it's whatever. We'll go over this. I wonder what could have possibly happened in this game. Let's take a look. I'm just curious. Oh my gosh. How long is this game? Why is this game so long? Oh, did he put all his pieces on the... Oh my god. I love that he had enough material to do this with. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, wow. This is impressive. This is very impressive. This is the level at which I wish I could BM, but I can't. I don't have this. I would just accidentally stalemate the opponent. This is actually maximum BM. Wow, he checkmated with the queen on... I gotta admit, this is impressive stuff. This is the only reason I would ever want to work on becoming a Grandmaster, is to be able to BM my opponent to this level. Like, this is the only reason I would ever want to get better at chess. This is honestly giving me a little bit of motivation to get better. Like, wow. I'm impressed. I'm genuinely impressed. I love this game. This is why Amon is one of my favorite chess players, actually. Yeah, this is about as BM as I can possibly get. Whew! That's hot. I wish I could play chess like that. Oh yeah, and also the earrings are really fun. They have a little fishy on them. It's the koi fish. I actually did not get this set from Japan. I got these from En Route. Please sponsor me, En Route. Okay. Moving on. Obviously, I can't pin this game. Wish I could, because that game would win automatically. But this is also why we don't have Grandmasters participating in Flex Friday. So, next up we have Flamboyant. Flamboyant? I don't even know how to pronounce this word. Flamboyant? Where do you put the emphasis? Flamboyant. I was black pieces. Chess played perfectly, ends in a draw. This is a fail? Okay. Flamboyant. Flamboyant. Another Botez Gambit. I didn't know today we had a side theme of Botez Gambits. Very fitting. Or is this just Alex's crowd submitting games? I mean, this game automatically can't be a fail because you're completely lost and you somehow didn't lose this, so... It's going to be a fail for your opponent. If Piero Alva would like to submit their game, I mean, the exact same game, this would get pinned instantly. But you're not the one that actually did the stalemating, so while you might have played a terrible game, I unfortunately can't pin it because it's mostly your opponent messing up, not you. So for a little context, fails are usually judged by how badly you mess up, not how badly the game is like overall. Sometimes it is how bad the game went overall, but this game is way more your opponent being terrible than it is you being terrible. Honestly, like, I respect you for just drawing the game. I really do. Task failed successfully. Exactly. Okay, next up, I play a tournament right now, and this is my morning game against a slightly weaker opponent player. Although I castle as a brilliancy and a national master, congratulated for my nice tactic. Unfortunately, this week we are only doing games that have no castling in it unless it's a fail. This one looks like a flex, so we're gonna have to skip it. I apologize, but you can submit for a week where that is not the theme and it fits the theme. We're pretty strict on themes. We did like 2-3 years of basically no themes, and this is the first year that we've done themes, and it's been a lot more fun, honestly. So we're able to, well, mostly to encourage people to try out new stuff that they might not have tried out, whether it's openings or ways of playing the game or being more aggressive. Like if we do pawn storms, if we do double and fianchetto. So yeah, I apologize. But anyways, let's move on to Nuff Served, played as black. Who needs costling when you have Fried Fox? And this is by the guy who submitted the Fried Fox last week, which last week's theme were opening themed openings. Were animal themed openings. And we found out there are openings like the Fried Fox, we found out there are openings like the Whale, and we love queens. Why do you only have 18 seconds left? What the heck? Somebody really embraced the theme last week. Who was it? I think it was a Fried Fox guy. Yeah. Fried Fox was a thug assassin from last week, I think, who really embraced the theme, and I really respect when people embrace the theme. I mean, this is a great game. This is a fantastic game. Like, you just bullied the opponent. I mean, he blundered a queen, but you're 700, so it's like... Honestly, I feel like I might be a little strict this week. I can't pin this game because the opponent straight up blundered a queen, but you are 700. So it's like, what do we think, chat? Do we think this is a flex or not? I might be a little too strict today. I think it's a flex. Flex. I'm getting a lot of people saying flex. 700 blundering a queen as expected. So are we saying that that is worth it for... Queen blunder's quite normal, so I think it's a flex. Alright, cool. Seems like chat thinks it's a flex. Alright, next up we have Love Muffler. Played as white. A bullet Bon Cloud. Alright. Fair enough. Okay, next up we have Stanford Rob, played as white. Like a minute after I describe parameters. I respect it, but usually for flexes, we're like looking for something with a little bit more substance. And I think it's great that you're winning bullet games like that. I just think for Flex Friday specifically, we're looking for perhaps a little bit of middle game outplay or something, or, you know. I still think it's cool though. I love it when people play bullet and do things and win. Yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, you don't have to submit something great every single week. You really don't. It's supposed to be for fun. Like, please don't see this as like pressure. Like, now I have to go out and get a really good game. It's really only if you think it's fun and if you think winning $50 is potentially worth it. That's why there is a cash prize, so there's incentive for you guys to submit games. Alright, so this is, not winning this game feels like a fail, although I saved a draw at the end. So this is a game by Rob2022, submitting as the white side. A cheese Flex Friday. That's actually a really good one. I honestly think that, well, I really like my soft cheeses. I like Brie. I like Comté as well. There's so many good cheeses. Okay! Why are we rushing, bro? We have a lot of time. And this is a 10-0 game, and your opponent has 40 seconds. Why are we rushing? You didn't even rush that much. You spent 20 seconds on Queen G7. Fair enough. It's okay, Stanford Rob. You're never stupid. You're just visually challenged. Occasionally. It's alright. Oh wow, and he still made it? Okay, this is definitely a fail. Nice. Alright, next up. Flex. I was white and just trolled him. Think it's a flex for not losing that? I mean, I do think it's a fail for accidentally losing your queen with 3 minutes on the clock and spending 20 seconds on it. I think that in itself is kind of like a fail. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I mean, it's close. It's honestly really close. But we don't have crazy flexes or fails this week, so that's gonna pass as a fail for sure. Yeah, if you tunnel vision, if you do something like that, it might not win. We just don't have that many games. There's just not that many games this week. Alright, so next up we have Achilles. And if you guys have not submitted a game yet, make sure you are. It's all done through our Discord channel, through our Discord server. And voting is always on Twitch polls. So you guys, even if you're not necessarily paying that much attention, I'll still go over some of the games. I mean, this is against a 500, so it automatically, you know, like it can still be a flex. It just means that it's much harder for you to get pinned. But good trolling. Successful trolling. Yeah, it's really good trolling. Alright, next up we have Boyshak, played as white, trying out fun new ways to throw. Boyshak is currently #1 on our leaderboard without question for worst games. He has managed to win like 8 fail Fridays. So, you know, that's always a good time. Somehow we're still winning. Sorry, I'm just like going over the sequence of moves. Somehow we've lost an exchange. Well, we sacrificed it, which is fine. And then it's like, I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but somehow white is still winning. Despite swapping off queens after sacrificing the exchange, which doesn't really make sense. But once again, it's bullet, so it doesn't matter that much. Now we have double pass pawns, which is nice. Oh, well, I mean, I know you have 9 seconds left on the clock, but this could also be interesting. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, no. Can you teach me how to throw games like you? It's so artistic. I honestly am very impressed by Boyshak's ability to throw games of chess. Like, I am impressed. I'm very impressed. I don't know what else to say. It definitely is a bit of a disaster. But that is to be expected from Boyshak, so Boyshak should be banned from losing. Boyshak is a literal artist. I don't know how he does it. I truly don't. And he's also like, well, I mean, this is a bullet game, so it's not the worst. Alright, next up we have, I need Paracetamol, played as white. Yoink? Wait, you castled though. It's not a flex if you castled. This week's theme is no castling. No castling, I'm sorry. We're very strict on the rules. I mean, I'll still look over your game real quick if you want, but It does. You are disqualified. And also, one of the downsides of submitting games, if they don't fit the theme, is that, you know, you gotta keep in mind, maybe your game is completely winning for a theme on another week. Would I allow Costle's mate? No, I would not. No costling, period. The rules are very simple. If the theme for the week is no costling, if your game has costling in it as a flex, it's automatically disqualified. But the good news is, next week's theme is probably not no costling, so we'll see. Hey Aunt Mang, thank you so much for the 41 months, appreciate it. Hope you've been well too. Hello, hello. Thank you. No costling except for costling mates. How about this? Costling mates only next week. That would be crazy. No, you cannot use previously submitted games for different themes unless it got disqualified, in which case this game got disqualified. But yeah, I will go to the bathroom really quick and I will give you guys a little bit more time to submit, and when I'm back, if we get no submissions, I'm gonna close the queue. But this is the last call for submissions. If you would like to submit, the Discord link is available for you guys to submit, and there's a new channel every single week. Yeah, I know, Connor. That's why we try to keep it simple, right? Like, that's literally why we try to keep submission simple, because if it's something crazy like costling made only, I don't even know if I've ever done a costling made in my life. So it honestly might be kind of tough. But yeah, if you guys want to potentially submit a game, it's free to do so. You do not need PayPal. If you don't have PayPal though, it just means you will not be eligible for winning cash, which honestly is okay. Because, you know, if you want to just submit your game for fun, it's totally fine. Like, works better for Twitch chat, I guess, because technically then your money just gets donated to Twitch. We just pay it out in subs. But yeah, if you guys want to participate, polling is done on Twitch as well. So, super easy. Alright. That would be a bad beat for second place. Well, yeah, second place doesn't get it. I think we've talked about this. It just gets paid out to Twitch. There's never split prizes unless, like, there was one case when it was a split prize because I disagreed with what chat voted, I think. And then, other than that, we have sometimes, like, double prizes, but... I sound British sometimes? Wow, what a surprise. Girl who grew up in Europe sounds British occasionally. Really tough to figure that one out, Forge. Alright, I'll be back. BRB. Were $2 extra once? That was probably an accident. The perfect time to choose some wires? No, it's not. Hey, buddy. Buddy. Get back here. Good boy. He's so cute. Aren't you, little guy? He gets tired of head scratches so fast. He did get his menacing out of the way earlier. He's actually like, honestly, he's usually such a menace, but right now he's being cute. But then he pulls away from head scratches, and then he's, yeah. But he's already gotten his runs in. He terrorized me plenty earlier. I have not watched Kakegurui, but I saw that people suggested... Oh. Alright, he's done being cute. He's back to terrorizing me. Why are you such a little menace? He's not biting at all. He just wants to play. Hey, look at this. Go. He's not impressed. Not biting is actually famous last words. Yeah, well now he's wondering what he can do. He's thinking about it. Okay, I give up. I'd rather be mean to you. Yeah, it's true. Alright, bye. Okay, let's see. Did you guys submit any more games? Alright, we have one more game by Philemon. Philemon. I don't understand. What do you mean the color of the hamster should be? Does it matter for Katsuko? I should show you guys. Well, you know how I fixed one of his mice yesterday? Like, I fixed this mouse for him because I bought him 9. And he's only got 2 left, so I'm gonna sew it back together. One sec. He shredded this mouse last night to complete oblivion. It is like turned inside out. Do you see how bad this mouse is shredded? I can't even really tell that this is a mouse anymore. Like, I can't fix this one back up for him. What a savage. I agree. It's literally like turned inside out. And like, look at how demurely this one was shredded. And I even managed to piece it back together. This one is just like, it's over. It's completely over for this mouse. He has literally annihilated this one. I don't understand why there's such a big difference in between the way that these 2 mice got annihilated. Like, this one is almost okay. This one is just like... It's true. If he was double his size, all of humanity would be cooked. He just really didn't like that one, yeah. Yeah, he's just a little lion, honestly. But, yeah, maybe he had a bad day. But that's okay. He's super cute. He's adorable. Makes up for a lot of his menacing. Okay. Next up, we have a fail by Philemon. Oh. Well, with real mice, he catches them, but then he doesn't kill them. So the first fail is that this is a daily game. Because what the heck? Played as black, just submitting for fun, lost after a very unsound sack trying to get a pass pawn home. Hope you are well, Nemo. Thanks. I'm doing alright. I'm doing okay. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what like breed he is or anything. I mean, he's just kind of large too. He's honestly not at all what I expected for my first cat. Does that make sense? Like, I've read a whole bunch about cats being, you know, he's not like even distant. He just sits on the shoe rack every time I leave the house and waits for me until I get back, which is kind of cute. But like, he doesn't really like pets. He doesn't really like cuddles. He gets like he takes like a few head scratches and then instantly wants to bite. He's honestly really interesting. But like, I don't know. He doesn't feel like a pet at all. He just feels like a roommate. It is fast on stream. I can't believe this game took you 3 days to play. Why are you down a bishop? What the heck, bro? What the heck? Why? I mean, it's not like you're winning this game, but... Oh. He's back. The cat is back. Getting pommaded isn't even the worst. Like, you're just down a piece, it's totally fine. Not even that much of a fail. It's all good, Philemon. But thanks for submitting. Feels like you had a tough game. Our condolences. Alright, next up, we have Elias. Played also black. Knew the line was up on time and up on material, but decided to hang it in the end. Fail. Separate Catsko cam. Every time I try to set it up, he moves around too much. There used to be times when I could just set it up and he would be sleeping, but he's been pretty active recently. Oh, he's cleaning the murder mittens. What a good boy. Okay, let's see what happened this game, though. Up a bishop. The bishop is hanging. The opponent has 9 seconds. Okay, well, you took a draw. I mean, it wasn't a lap in Sicilian, apparently. It's not even that much of a fail. What are our thoughts, chat? Is it a fail? I guess it's a fail. Yeah, we can mark it as a fail. Okay, I have seen worse. I agree. I'm also closing the queue after this game. So this is by Shy Guy 408. I played as white. What? Your game name does not match what you said. You said your name is Molang25. Here it says Shafiq052, so I'm a little confused. I am insanely confused. Is this your game? We're gonna move on to the next guys first because I'm not quite understanding. Okay, played as black. Homie literally copy and pasted our template. I respect it. Where is says chess.com username? You're supposed to type in your chess.com username. Although I suppose if you mention what color you played, it's not that big of a deal. Yoink. Oh, the opponent got a brilliant move. Wow. I mean, Rookie 8's really nice. Double brilliant moves in a row. Going for the checkmate. It's kind of nice. And this was no costling. I actually really... no, wait, he castled. Sorry, everybody take back your nice. I apologize. Disqualified. Sad days. The rook move was brilliant because it kept the knight under attack, so the opponent took the knight, and then he was able to give queen to a1 check with rook to e2. Which is basically like a ladder mate, but because there was rook d2, it wasn't a ladder mate, but then he had queen to a4 check, so then the king had to go to b1, and then he had rook e1 after that, so that's why it was brilliant. But yeah. Yeah, this is not a costling game. I respect it. The king's actually going on a little run. Yoink! Wait. Why didn't we yoink the other rook? Okay, I'm less impressed. At least we got that one. Yeah, I mean, this is a good game. I don't think it is better than Gary's game, so Gary, you're safe. But Kako, still a really good game. And the rating difference is really impressive, honestly. And I really like the way that you played it. Honestly, for the rating difference itself, it might almost be worth it pinning, because it is an 800-point rating diff. Let's see how many flexes we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Not sure. I mean, it is a big rating difference. It's honestly kind of hard. I'm not entirely sure which one is better. It's kind of hard. It's kind of like... I'll think on it. Okay, we have one more fail. A tragic mistake let the game slip away. This was my first daily tournament at the time. The usernames still don't match up, but okay. Oh, now it does. Okay, it's Molang25. There we go. Sweet. We will have a vote off probably, but we're going to look at this fail first, and then I'm also going to close the queue. Queue is now officially closed. Daily games. Shaking my head. Yoink. Yoink. Oh no, we got checkmated. I mean, it's not even that much of a fail. Like, it is. And you probably should not have lost it, but I don't know. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. I mean, I guess it's worse because it's a 3-day game. Wait, 3 days means you have to finish the game in 3 days? Or you mean you have to play a move every 3 days? I don't even know what 3 days means. Oh, it's one move per 3 days? Oh my lords. You have a move for 3 days? That's crazy. That's honestly kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, it is a cool game by Black. Unfortunately, that doesn't help our, you know, hero here, Molang. So I think I'm gonna have to pass on it because I think we have worse fails. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It would appear. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 6. We have 6. Oh no, I already have to remove someone. I think I said something his game wasn't that bad of a fail. Who did I say wasn't that bad of a fail? Might have been 1200 strength. Oh yeah, no, this guy was definitely a fail. He blundered his queen for no reason. Kind of weird. Well, that one is the last one is not getting pinned for sure, so it's one of the ones that already have pinned. I think it's gonna be Stanford Rob. He got stalemated. Yeah, this game wasn't that much of a fail. He blundered his queen in a rapid game. Meh. You're like what, 900? Happens. Okay, I think that's our flexes and fails for this week. I think we have it correct. I don't actually think that anything needs to be changed. We're not going to have a vote off because I think it's actually okay. Yeah, I think this is fine. So, once again, the best game of the week is going to win $50. The worst game of the week wins $25. If you guys have any strong opinions, please do vote for the game that you have a strong opinion about. If you don't have any strong opinions, you can vote for the person with the cooler username. You can, you know, if somebody offers to pay for your vote, go for it, accept it. I don't really care. But I am going to go over the games before we start the vote so that you guys, at the very least, can have a slightly more educated opinion about it. You can be like, Connor, dear chat, I'm standing in front of you for financial support. That is allowed. Available for bribery right there. If you want to vote, it is just going to be on Twitch polls. But we're going to go over the games first. So first of all, let's go over Delulu Bliss's game. So Delulu Bliss is 708, and I think this game got pinned mostly for the fact... Oh, wait, this is the game. Okay, sorry. Before we go in the vote off, this is the game that I wanted you guys to vote between for Kako. Okay, which game deserves to be in the top 5? It's going to be Delulu Bliss or Kako. And the reason that this is going to be a vote off is because in Delulu's game, he's 700, moved his king out, but he got his opponent blundered a queen against him. And in Kako's game, the game itself wasn't all that interesting, but he did manage to beat somebody 800 points higher rated. These are flexes. So both of these are flexes. Kako is 1283, played against somebody 2061. Managed to actually make some pretty interesting moves over here. And win some material, actually, despite not winning the most material. He did get a fork. So yeah, it's just really a question of whose game do you think deserves to be more of a flex. Delulu played a really sweet game as well. He honestly sacrificed rook again, and delivered a really clean checkmate after his opponent gave him a queen. So it's really up to you guys which game deserves to be in the top 5. This is pretty democratic, so you guys can vote. And if you guys want to participate in this, it's always in Discord. It's always in Discord. And all votes are always on Twitch. So if you guys want to participate, you should be on Twitch. And the theme gets announced literally during, like, at the end of the stream. Sorry, at the end of the Flex Friday portion. It's looking like 17 votes to Kako. I mean, this might just be Kako's win. Kako might just be the one. Yeah, you know the theme pretty soon right after. It's just gonna be right there. Looks like it's going to be Kako in the top 5. Congratulations, Kako. That does mean I am going to have to remove Delulu's game. So, congratulations, Kako. and I apologize to Lulu once again, just because you did not make the final 5 does not mean that you played a bad game. In fact, your game was really good. But Twitch polls only has 5 spots, so, you know, yeah. Okay, cool. Here we go again. All right, actual final 5 this time. We have Kako in the top 5. He is playing a very subpar opening, goes into the endgame pretty quickly, and then actually ends up finding some pretty nice tricks against the opponent, with namely a fork into another fork. Does not take the rook for whatever reason, but honestly it's okay because he baits the opponent with this move, rook takes a2, and now he is up a full clean bishop through this nice little fork. So a lot of forks, and then he wins the game despite only having 17 seconds left on the clock. So overall, I would say this is like a really clean game by Kako against somebody who is 800 points higher rated. Also a little Brazil on Brazil action. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, so next up we have this game by Spindelatron, who is 800. As a reminder, this week's theme was no costling, so a very clean game by Spindelatron, which goes to show how important it is to actually castle. Because Spindelatron's opponent gives him full access to the center, and then proceeds to play bishop takes d3, which brings the opponent's queen out. And then instead of castling here himself, he plays c6. Spindelatron, as with the white pieces, has the initiative and simply delivers checkmate with knight to c4. A very clean game by Spindelatron, did not even need to castle. But once again, it does show why it's so important to castle. So even though this week's theme was to not castle, please, as a kind reminder, do castle, because you'll probably lose your game 8 times out of 10 if you don't. What you don't see here are all the games that all these folks went through before they found a game where they could submit for the theme. That's what you don't see. So next up we have this game by Gary Kaspivarov. Once again, theme is no castling, so Gary just pushes up his h-pawn because his opponent did, gets the h-pawn, and actually delivers a very nice attack because the opponent is a little bit pepega. He actually, for some reason, exchanges the queen, even though he had mate in 3. So that does dock a couple points against him. For a little context. Oh, sorry, he didn't have mate in 3. He was just completely winning. I just don't understand why you would swap off a queen when you're completely winning like this, but once again, like rook takes g4, you get the exchange, then you move your knight out. Whatever, it's fine. Honestly, it's fine. He did not have mate in 3 though. But I do not like him exchanging the queens when he's so winning. However, he is up 3 minor pieces, and what does he do with those 3 minor pieces? Well, naturally, you promote into a 3rd minor piece to win the game. Sorry, a 4th minor piece to win the game. So kind of a sick checkmate at the end of the game, with all of his pieces, you know, just defending each other and making sure the king has nowhere to go. It's not very often you see a 4-piece minor checkmate, so that's why this game got pinned on Flex Friday, even though he had way better moves at the start. It's okay. Bug Me Later's game made it onto Flex Friday. He played the Vienna, Bishops, Berlin, whatever thing. And then once again, for this week's theme, no castling, right? So he sets up the perfect fishing pole trap. And then actually the opponent does capture it. And this is honestly really clean. It's literally just the perfect fishing pole trap game. Like, he doesn't care if the king's in the middle of the board. He just promotes into another queen and he wins the game. So yeah, a really clean game by Bug Me Later. Honestly, the game speaks for itself. There was no issue at all. Just a very clear example of what happens if you have all your pawns already pushed ready for attack and your opponent castles perhaps a little bit early, and now you have very clear targets. So this is a really clever way of playing chess, I would say. Like, waiting a little bit to see what you should do with your king, deciding to not castle, and just utilizing the position for an attack. So yeah, it's a really, really good game by Bug Me Later. And then for our last Flex Friday submission for this week, we have Connor McChicken Jr., who, yeah, opponent really gave white everything he wanted, but I think to execute that, you know, still requires a little bit of skill. Honestly, I don't understand what happened in this game because Connor's rook is on f8, the opponent's queen is on g7, but somehow black is winning! And actually, Connor does a really good job of preventing his opponent from castling. So if your opponent's king is in the middle of the board, you should not want them to castle, right? Because then the king's weaker. And that's exactly what Connor does. He actually keeps the opponent's king stuck, and then after bishop takes, there's checkmate with the king on d2 with queen to c3. So these are your top 5 games of the week. And now it is up to chat to decide who deserves 50 bucks. And we have Kako Walderrama, who had to win the vote off to make it into the final 5. We have Spindelatron, Gary Kaspivarov, Bug Me Later, and Connor McChicken Jr. And you're only allowed to vote once, so please do vote for the person you believe deserves $50 the most, or if you don't care, vote for whoever you want. Or if you got paid off on the side, don't tell me and just go vote. Feel free to ask them how they would spend the $50. Feel free to do it. Yeah. Have fun. Vote. Votes are on Twitch, as always. So if you're watching somewhere else on YouTube, make sure you're coming over to Twitch. That would have made it even better. Yeah. No, he had Fawns, but it was interesting. I think a lot of the games were really fun. So if you guys have any strong opinions about any of them, once again, tell us. Show it to us. Use your vote. Use your vote to tell us. Sounds good? Sounds good. This is always a really fun Friday activity, so thank you guys for participating. Obviously, for whoever gets 50 bucks, spend it wisely. But also, yeah, just have fun with it, honestly. Like, the whole point of Flex Friday is so that it's fun. Like, there's no pressure at all to submit games. It's only if you want to. Like, seriously, no pressure at all, either way. You spend Flex Friday money to pay your rent. I kind of respect that. That's great. If 2 people tie, it's going to be a vote off. You guys just have to vote again. We don't take ties in this. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. I'll be back. BRB, have fun voting. right. Wow. It is 1918 to 21. Whew. Oh my lords. And it's a tie with 22 versus 22. And I'm sure chat totally did not plan this out and do it on purpose. I'm 100% confident that you guys were absolutely not messing with this again. Okay. Well, it's time to do another poll. No, you guys would never do that. You guys would absolutely never do that. So, who deserves 50 more? Gary Kasparov or Connor McChicken? Actually, are your ratings kind of similar? What's the bullet rating looking like? 1659. What's your bullet rating looking like? 1536. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys two options. You guys have to be unanimous in this decision. You guys can do a best of two. So technically a best of three. Best of three. You guys can have a duel, or we can have a vote off. You guys do have to agree unanimously though. I'm not gonna make somebody do it if they don't want to. So Gary has put his vote in for bullet. If Connor McChicken says bullet. Oh, okay, well, fair enough. Connor is not down for bullet, so it's okay. It just means that we're going to do another vote off. So you guys now get 2 choices and 2 minutes. Who deserves 50 more? Am I down for bullet? I'm always down for bullet. We've got Gary Kasparov, and we have Connor McChicken Jr. I'm always down for bullet, Alex. Doubt? The real question is, are you? I heard you just hit your rating goal today. Oh, okay. If you want to play, sounds good. That's alright, no worries. I'm always down for bullet. As long as it's rated. Do you get extra points? You do not. I'll be in chess.com/play in like 5 minutes. Let me wrap this one up. While you guys are voting on that, don't forget we also have fails. These are the 2 games. We have Connor McChicken's game. Oh shoot, I closed it. If they tie again, no way it ties. There's just no way it ties. Look at it right now. I know I'm gonna say that and then you guys are gonna try to tie it, so please try to vote somewhat objectively. Somewhat. Okay, if you guys tie, I'm gonna use my last vote to untie it. And I won't say to who I'm voting for. I'm gonna be the one untying this. Oh, you guys won't know. How would you guys know? Maybe I put my vote in way earlier. Oh my god, you guys actually tied it again? I actually didn't cast a vote. I was... Man, chat! You guys are actually such trolls. Well, it's supposed to be fully democratic. It's actually supposed to be fully democratic. I don't want to be the one that has to decide. Flip a coin? We should not be flipping a coin for this. Having another vote does not help at all. Chat's just gonna keep tying it. No, we don't do splits for Flex Friday. It's the best game of the week, not the best games of the week. I'd be down for a duel, but Connor has mentioned he doesn't want to do a duel, so I guess we'll just wait. Alex, if Alex is still in the chat and has any strong opinions about which game was better, I'm down for Alex to be the tiebreaker. Then he forfeits. 3 a.m. bullet match. Okay, I kind of like this idea. Connor can call for a substitute. All right, I'll give this. Okay, this is how we're gonna do it. Has to be around 15 to 1600. Cannot be higher rated than Gary. Connor, if you want to play, you can play. If you don't, you can pick on somebody in the chat to come play for you. You can have a champion if you would like. Has to be somebody around your rating though. So for a little context, Gary is 1659 bullet. Nemo versus Alex. I don't know if that's gonna be balanced out though. That's not balanced out. There can only be one. Yes, you have to make a choice here. You have to either play or pick a champ. Gary has to play for himself. He's not the one that has to play at 3 a.m. Gary has to play for himself. I gave Connor something that's, I feel like, pretty fair. Alright, sounds good. So please, guys, get onto chess.com. Best of 3 bullet. Let's do it. Come on, get on here. There you go. Gary's on mobile. You're playing on 3 a.m. It's all good. Yeah, need your username. And I'll start the game. Please don't start yourselves. Go for a drawing line. It's a best of 3, so you guys can't tie this. Still waiting on Connor's username. Oh, he did? Oh, it's the same? Okay, thanks. Connor gets 3 a.m. and also underrated odds, and he gets 2 games of white if this goes to 3. Oh, not online. Connor! Hop on. Alright, maybe you guys just should challenge each other then. Yeah, are you on chess.com/play/online? Oh, are you guys already playing? It would appear they have already started. Alright, good luck. Casco's watching too. Right, Casco? Yeah! Keep your eyes awake. Keep yourself awake, buddy. He's like, I don't care. Yeah, they can castle. They can castle. He's back asleep so fast. No, he's watching. He's actually watching. Hi. He's so cute. Oh, Botus Gambit. Uh-oh. 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 Oh my lords. Gary blundered maiden 2. And Connor didn't see it. Alright, rematch. If Gary wins this one, Gary gets the 50 bucks. Unfortunate. Connor does, yeah. Connor, you have the fail submission for next week. Congratulations. You tilted yourself playing bullet while waiting? Alright, I'm ready after this game. If you still want to play. But no worries, no pressure either way. Next time? Okay, sounds good. No, Sag. Not like this, Alex. Fair enough. But it is nice to see you back on Twitch. I feel like it's the good old days where you used to play... Yeah, I used to play Bullet all the time, but GG's, Alex. Have a good rest of your night, though. We miss you, Alex. We do. It's crazy how fast Bullet can go from, like, fun to unfun. It's so relatable. It's honestly super duper relatable. Oh my gosh, the days before I learned pre-moves were crazy. At least that was only one match. Well, this match is definitely not scripted. Absolutely not. This is totally not scripted. What is a pre-move? Just paying tribute to Alex, really. It's so close to stalemate, but it's not stalemate. Wait. It would have been crazy if he played King A8 and Queen takes C4, C5 would have been stalemate. Is this scripted? Is this match not scripted? Wait, I'm so confused right now. I definitely didn't script anything. I'm just letting you guys know. But this feels extremely, extremely scripted. Alright, we're going into game number 3. We have $50 riding on this match. On this game now. It looks like it might actually be Connor who is potentially losing a queen as it gets more and more trapped, but he can get it. That is not the way to get it. Oh! Pause, champ. And it's... Oh my god, I cannot. Oh, jeez. All right, guys, we have paid plenty of tribute to Alex. Can we stop with this? It's only 3 a.m. for one of them. The other one is like at 7 p.m. or something. Whew! Debating whether or not Gary even deserves the $50 after this game. Wow. That was something else, honestly. Give him only $49.95. You guys are both being moved to fails after this game. It's true, Bobby. It's true. I mean, the last game was literally for $50. $50 is... Gary only deserves 25 now, yeah. Oh, you're getting 35 and he's getting 15. Okay. You know what? I'm cool with that. Sure, that works for me. All right, thank you guys for participating. That was really fun, actually, to watch. That was crazy. That was kind of crazy. Kevin will be handling payouts. Yeah. There's honestly, Bobby's not even joking. There's really not that much money in chess. You don't understand. There are oftentimes, well, maybe not anymore in 2024, but like, give or take 6 years ago, if you were like a women grandmaster playing the Bundesliga or something, you're probably getting like literally $100 a day, max. I'm not even joking about this. Think about it this way: they spent like 10 minutes to get $50. Well, I know they did a little split thing, but yeah. Never agreeing to bullet again. Well, congrats, you get $15. Gary gets 35. Alright, next up. Thank you guys for participating. We do have fails. Mad props to you, Connor, for willing to play bullet. I also just want to say, I gave Connor the option of picking somebody from chat to play bullet for him, and he still declined. So really, what he's saying is that all of you guys suck at bullet. I gave him the option to pick a champion from the chat. He still trusted himself more. And I told him he can pick one up to the rating of, you know, 1600, like up to Gary's rating. He is, for a little context, like 90 points below. So yeah. I do suck at bullet. Nice. Mm-hmm. Would you trust chat for $50? Yeah, probably not, honestly. Alright, so next up, we have Pre-Malone, 1200 strength, Pranav, Boyshak, and Carlos. Pre-1200 Pranav, yeah, this is right, okay. So let's start with Carlos Magnuson, who submitted this game as a fail. He is up a whole minor piece out of the opening. This is a 3-minute game. He is 2100. So he's about almost 100 points higher rated than his opponent. At least I have 2 fail submissions now. Exactly. And here he just, I don't even know what happens. He just gets a really passive position, decides to not swap off the queen, or tries to rather, and then loses the bishop twice. His opponent with 5 seconds on the clock delivers perpetual. I don't really understand what happened in this game. With 35 seconds left on the clock, I do think it's very possible to not make mistakes like this. For example, we can just play king g7 to defend the bishop. But that's okay. Yeah, it wasn't that much a fail, but there was another game that was even less of a fail, so this game made it. Next up, we have the classic Boyshak fail. Honestly, at this point, I don't understand how Boyshak consistently fails this hard, because he actually gets a pretty nice position out of the opening with the London. You know, potentially putting pressure on the H-pawn, and he also is up on time. Actually, he's up quite a decent amount of time. I'm not even really going to go into the middle game. I don't really understand why we're swapping off queens when we decided to sack an exchange for the attack, but somehow we're still doing okay in this endgame because we got past pawns. Not just one, we have multiple, and then we get a queen. And then... yeah! This happens. And not only that, not only does that happen, we also don't take the potential to draw with king takes f5. Because why would we do that? And instead, we play the worst move in the position. And... yeah, lose the game. Oops. Alright, next up, we have this game by Pranav. And this was also, once again, a fairly good game by Pranav. Pranav is always playing well. But, sometimes it goes into a bit of a failed situation where he has his king on a4, his opponent only has a few seconds left on the clock, but instead of just flagging the opponent, we try to actually win the game. And trying to win the game is never the right course of action when you play Bullet. You should always be going for the flag, and he gets checkmated as a result of not following the #1 most basic rule of Bullet. We're trying to win the game. We're trying to just, you know, that's the only thing we're doing. We don't need to actually convert the game into a win. We just need to win the game. Just flag. Exactly. Just flag. Okay. Next up, we have the 1200 strength. Oh yeah, we still owe Alirez's dad $50 for winning that one Fail Friday. It's true. So we have the 1200 strength, and the 1200 strength is actually 2300, so that's why this game is a fail, because he is completely winning, has a wonderful, wonderful attack, finds the beautiful exchange sacrifice, gets knight to b6, and then sacrifices the queen with 34 seconds on the left on the clock and spending 17 seconds on queen takes b7. Not exactly sure why. We could have just played knight to a5, threatening checkmate, and it's like, alright, bro. Alright. Alright. But yeah, that's why this game is a fail. So next up, we have this game by Premalone, and Premalone basically has like a better position, all that stuff, and then decides to move his king over to h6 and promptly gets checkmated. But yeah, that's why these games are on this week's Fail Friday. So if you guys have a strong opinion about which game is worse, who deserves $25? And voting is always on Twitch. Submissions are always in Discord. Pranav Murdy, 45, Boyshak, and Carlos Magnuson. Alright, if you guys want to vote, go vote. Oh, speaking of Alirez's dad, you know what I literally have pinned as my, like my X? So I just bookmark random tabs in order to access web pages. This is what I literally have pinned because I just found it so funny. Last night, Alireza told me, Dad, I don't want to play chess. I just thought this was the funniest thing ever. This is literally what I have pinned on my X. Like when I go here, when I go on my webpage, there's Twitch, Amazon, Inbox, and chess.com and X, and that's the one I have pinned for X. It's so funny. Like, that is so relatable, honestly. It's so relatable. I respect Alireza for telling his dad that. I really do. Let's go! But yeah, make sure you guys are voting. And also, every single week, we obviously spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. And this week we have... So I gotta remove no castle. Does anybody have any other ideas that we can put on the wheel? We have rating difference flex, opposite side costling, pawn openings that I play, Pawn Storm, your favorite opening, which requires a write up. No costling except for when it's mate. Honestly, that's too hard. I don't want to do under promotion. Under promotion is too hard. Crab opening was fitting under animal opening, so we're not doing that. Night mates suck. Those are too hard. Queen sack is honestly like kind of interesting, kind of hard. I don't really think that one is something that lower rated people are going to be able to successfully execute, so I just want to keep it simple. No pieces traded till move 15 is too hard. That's so dependent on the opponent. Basically, if we get Nemo openings, it's going to be Spanish or Sicilians only. Pawn chains is kind of an interesting idea, but then I need to clarify exactly how many pawns creates a pawn chain, and I think that's too hard. Like, people just don't want to read. We just have to keep it super simple, super easy, super demure. You know, connect 4 might be too difficult. A non-center pawn opening implies that's a hyper-modern opening, which I don't actually want to encourage beginners to play, but I don't mind it. We can definitely do hyper-modern openings. So like hyper-modern openings like the Nimzo, the Hippo, the Modern, those are hyper-modern openings. I'm kind of down for that actually. Hyper-modern opening is a really interesting way to learn a different style of opening, so we can do that. I don't really want to do endgame grinds because then I have to watch endgames, and I really don't want to look at endgames. Sorry, no offense. Endgames just don't interest me. We have done double fianchetto. Winning after down a queen, once again, is too hard for beginners. It's just like, it just basically eliminates the possibility of people under like 1,000 to submit games, and I just don't want to do that. We've already done flank pawn push, would fit under Pawn Storm. No, there's none fianchetto pawn openings that are also hypermodern openings, but I once again don't have them off the top of my head. Queen and king exchange positions. Kind of gimmicky. Don't love it. I'm honestly down to spin this wheel. Like, this is okay, in my opinion. E4 only might be a little tough, though. Sorry, not tough. We might have done E4 only before. Also, if you guys haven't voted yet, make sure you're voting. First 2 moves have to be knight moves. Means everybody just plays the ready, which honestly is probably not the most interesting. I don't know. It's a great question, actually. It's a really great question. Not sure, not sure. Smaller mates? Smaller mates is too specific. Mirror games? Nah, 5 to 10 moves is tough. Chat's trying really hard to make it a tie. It's 13-15, but Boyshak is gonna take the win once again with 15 votes. Congratulations, Boyshak. Another fail Friday in the books for Boyshak. Well, well, well. Look here who won. I honestly think this is fine to spin the wheel on. Let's just spin the wheel on this. All right. Oh, I can donate? All right. Thank you, Boyshak. Appreciate it. Twitch. You're only getting, I believe, 30% because I think I finally unlocked 30-70 split to Twitch. All right. 5 subs coming your way, chat. Thank you, Boyshak. Thank you, thank you. This week's flex was won by Gary after a very intense battle, and this week's fail was won by Boyshak. Honestly, feels fitting. I am going to say that openings that I play, hey Jerry, for a little context, I mostly play the Spanish and I play the Sicilian, but if you really want to, you can go through my openings and go look. Like, I have thousands of games on chess.com. But yeah, you guys can pick whatever you want. Like, for the most part, I just play, you know, Spanish and Sicilian. You can play the ruffles. You will get bonus points if you play the ruffles. I do play d4 occasionally. I play Queen's Indian. I play Nimzo. I play Queen's Gambit as black. So honestly, I play a whole bunch of different openings, but I think the ones that come most clearly in mind is Spanish and Sicilian. If you are playing an opening that I might not be aware that I myself have played, like the London, I don't play the London as white, you will need to attach a game showing proof that I have played it, because otherwise I'm not going to remember. I don't really remember the openings I've played in recent years. Honestly, like, I don't remember any of the games I play. Hey Glacier Boy, nor do I want to remember any of the games I play. So the only opening I really remember is the Ruffles. If you guys want to submit a game with the Ruffles, be my guest. Seriously, be my guest. If you can find receipts for an opening I play, I do not mind at all. You'll probably have a much easier time finding them on chess.com than other sites, but just letting you know that. Yeah, if you want to play the Ruffles, like, seriously, go for it. If you want to play the Ruffles, be my guest. You will get bonus points for playing the Ruffles. Sure, you can go dig in the archives for a game I played when I was 8. I genuinely would be curious. There's a lot of openings I've never played. I don't think I've ever played the Petrov as white. As black. I don't think I've ever played the Modern as black. I don't think I've ever played the French as black. I did, Chester. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever played the Benoni as black. I don't play most d4 openings as white. I've never played the English. I've probably never played the Ready. Probably never played anything between like the Catalan to Neo-Catalans. So, like, there's a lot of openings I've not played. So once again, if you're trying to play something that I've never played the England, for example. I don't really play Gambits. I've probably never played the Vienna. So yeah, just take a look at my openings. I've already told you the 2 most popular ones. Probably never played like Halloween. I hardly ever play Gambits. Probably never played center games and all that. Yeah, the Ruffles works both ways. So the Ruffles is just anytime you get your pieces. Well, obviously there's checkmate. Ignore that. But anytime you get your pawns in this formation as either color on either set of squares. So you can do it either on all the dark squares. But once again, if this is a move, don't play it like this because you'll get checkmated. It's okay if you have to make moves that are not directly in order. So this is why for black, I would definitely say the best Ruffles to go for is the one on the light squares. This is a much more playable version of the Ruffles than the one on the dark squares. If you're white, obviously, you have to go for the ones on the dark squares, right? Because otherwise you might fall for the checkmate on h4 and you don't want to do that. So you should be going for the ones on the dark squares. So yeah, this is like... But then you have a good fail, exactly. But yeah, for white, dark square pawns are easier. For black, light square pawns, white square pawns are easier. So... if I can't tell in the first 5 moves that this is an opening I play, I don't want to see it. It's not that hard, guys. I play a million openings. It's just not that hard. I have a ton of openings, and if you want to be really safe, I play the Spanish and the Sicilian, and there's only like, you know, 2,000 lines between those 2 openings, and I play them as both colors. So it's not that much of a problem. If you're gonna go through the effort of digging through my opening files to see if you can potentially play a Catalan, because I might have played a Catalan when I was 5, go for it. Be my guest. But I do want the receipts. I do want the proof. If you're gonna go through the effort of finding, like, I don't know, maybe I played the Benoni when I was like 7 or something. So I really have no idea. I don't remember. There is a non-zero, it's not a 0% chance, it's extremely unlikely, but it's not 0. The possibility is not 0. So if you guys want to do that, then go for it. Ruy Lopez is much better than the Spanish. Honestly, yeah, agreed. Agreed. I play Relopus. I'm good in that. Hell yeah. Good for you. Who has that kind of time or curiosity for that matter? People to which $50 is a big deal. And I have played D4 as well. If I've played everything from like Queen's Gambit as white to probably the London. I think Boy Shack mentioned somewhere I've played the London. I've played, I mostly play a system called the Coley system with the white pieces when I play D4. Not really something that I'm proud of, but I have done it. So if you want to go through the effort of looking through my D4 openings, then go for it. I have played. Okay. I have played the Ready on stream for subs. I genuinely do not remember this. But once again, if you can find receipts, be my guest. Be my guest. I'm cool with that. I'm seriously cool with that. Okay, is this Bullet? No, they're playing 3 minutes. I am, wait, is this Srinath? It's not Srinath, right? Srinath is like in London. Okay, I am gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab some beer and we'll play some more Bullet. So I'll BRB. You guys can watch Danya's 3-0 game for now. He would appear to be losing. Alright, I am back. He's so cute. If only you weren't such a menace. He's being so cute right now. What oat soda am I drinking? It's a very good question. I actually don't think I read it. Let's find out. It's a sour. It's definitely a sour. I think it's like probably a cherry sour. It's beer. I'm having beer. I'm literally just having it blind. I didn't even read the label. I love my craft beer, so all the craft beer I get is really good. So I would like any of them, but I'm pretty sure this is a cherry sour. It's definitely some kind of stone fruit sour. I just can't really tell what stone fruit. Oat soda. Yeah, it's true. I mean, Katsuko is adorable. He's very cute, but he has murder mittens. And honestly, I don't blame him. If I was a cat, I too would want to remind my roommate that in another lifetime, I could have been a proud lion on the savannah. Or, you know, a jungle kitten. Yeah, he's very cute. Could have been a tiger. Born a house cat. Was originally meant to be a tiger. Hey. This is not an oh no. I'm just literally doing one puzzle rush run and then we're gonna jump in bullet. I just want to make sure my brain is like awake for this shit. I mean, it's not, but whatever. We can pretend. It's not an oh no. I'm gonna be a sloth, a capybara. Honestly, I would... Did you get anything from the gauntlet? You probably got a wheel spin. Uncultured. You probably... Let me look. Which reminds me, I actually need to play Balatro at some point. No problem. I'm always down to play Balatro. You got... Yeah, you definitely got a wheel spin. Fuck it, I'll just spin it for you. It might be more than one wheel spin, but you got at least one wheel spin, so... Hey, will you look at that? Sad. You got a whammy. Unlucky. Actually, unfortunate. I'm sorry, uncultured. So I guess technically you got nothing from the gauntlet. But I should actually check how many points you got total. Never mind. Whammy. Okay. Yeah. Could have got me singing, it's true. I mean, the worst one you can draw is probably also, there's like... Well, Mega won a chess game, and he's like, nope, no thank you, so... Not the needle after the whammy. Hey, I'm a poker player, Kima. I gotta take every opportunity to needle people. Because I sure don't get to do it in poker! I'm the only person getting needled when I play poker. It's very sad. Sometimes I don't even understand that I'm getting needled. It's honestly a struggle. Okay, but if you're like, if you don't even understand that you're getting needled, are you really getting needled? I have not the best light squares, but that's okay. Yeah, it's like the tree fall in the forest question, but more a dig at my own intelligence. Oh man, I'm losing all my pawns. It sucks. It's like Schrodinger's needle. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gasp! I'll take it. I'll take it. At 7, I'm gonna play poker. If he goes here, I have... Oh, he has this though. Actually, no, I'm fine with that. I am okay. And then I can take this. This is probably his best move. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. He would appear to be disagreeing with me. Check. Check. Yoink. Yoink. That's kind of annoying. That would also appear to be sort of annoying. Rude. Yoink. Yoink. Nice! We'll take it! It's an easy checkmate! Katsuko is like, can you please shut up so I can sleep? Well, that's why you want to yoink in chess, right? If your opponent doesn't have sufficient material to deliver whatever they want to do, then you win the game. Chess is easy. Just don't lose. I'm really surprised this whole time he has not sacrificed. I feel like that's a very natural move to make. But, oh well, I'm not complaining. Probably should have taken the knight so I had this, but I don't think it matters too much. Okay. Very interesting timing on this move. I am not convinced that it is good anymore. But then again, what do I know? GG! Fucked up on the Marazzi. Could have played the Marazzi, but now we're gonna play some weird line. I mean, this is literally just a Najdorf. With my knight on A1. No problem. Okay. Can't take that. This was probably better. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. How is he faster than me? I don't really understand. Kind of weird. Surprised that he's faster than me. Yeah, when we get to poker, we'll get a new playlist. Right now, we're just playing some random DMCA free gaming music. I kind of don't mind it. It's giving Stardew Valley. Oh, maybe it literally is to like Pokemon Snap or something. That's probably where this is coming from. I kind of like it actually. It's very different. I mean, right now I honestly have not been enjoying any of the music. I've had Miley Cyrus on repeat for like 2 weeks. I'm ready for some new music. Yoink! Apparently not, huh? Yoink! We have some checkmate ideas over here. I am very disappointed to announce that there is not, in fact, checkmate yet. But now there is. That would make anyone hate music. Hey! What era is the Beatles from? Why have we never gotten Beatles on our road tripping? Oh, they're from the 60s? We never go that far back when it comes to music. It's always... I feel like I pause at the 80s. 80s is the last, like, era of music I really listened to. I don't really... I honestly, like... While I can play a whole bunch of Beatles songs, like Hey Jude and stuff, I can't really name any of them. When I was in band, I had to do... We had, like, a whole Beatles medley that we actually won an award for, but... I never really got into the Beatles. It's just like a whole era that I was not super into. Well, I played them on flute, so a lot less interesting than playing it on guitar. I apologize. I could never play the guitar. Well, it was a band, right? So we had a whole like it was an orchestra, basically. I was just a flute. A flutist. Nice. I played the marimba for like a little bit while I was in school and it did not go well. Are the Beatles not just on Spotify? I had a friend who loved Pink Floyd, I think. So I've listened to a lot of that. How old was he? 80? No, he was actually, I think, 28 at the time. Young people can enjoy old music, okay? And like that prism rainbow thing is honestly so iconic. Even I probably have considered buying a vintage shirt of that at some point, and I've never, like, I couldn't even tell you what the album name is. I can only tell you what the art from the album looks like. Unfortunate. Darn. We now officially have 2 moons? What? What does that mean? I don't really understand what that even means. Oh, cute. Super cute. An asteroid, you say? It's only the size of a bus? Well, chat, you know it's not the size that matters, it's how you use it. Pretty sure this is checkmate. It's all about how you use your bus. I'm losing a lot of pawns, and I don't think that's right, but okay, it's fine. Do I not have checkmate? I'm actually so disappointed. I think I had checkmate there and I just didn't see it. That is truly tragic. No! At least it was a flag. This guy's furiously fast. Alright, let's see it. Whoops. It's not that bad. It looked way worse than it was. Well, it's once again a draw. Whatever. We will take those. As long as it's not a loss, it's fine. It's honestly fine. Any future IRL streams coming up? No. I don't have any higher streams. The next one is probably going to be sometime this month. I'm not playing any more chess IRL. I'm done. The next time I'm like involved in IRL chess, it will be for the World Chess Championships in Singapore. Kind of ironic I say that, and the next time that I will be involved in IRL chess will be the World Chess Championships in Singapore. No more bar tournaments, no. I'm officially withdrawing from basically most chess events. Yeah, it'll be like it'll be late to mid-December. Mid-November to late December. Why is that? I just don't really like playing chess. I very much have now come to realize I only like playing bullet and time controls shorter than 1 minute. This is the only time control I will play, so Over the board, I'll accept playing 1-1. And 2-1. I'll play 1-1 and 2-1 over the board. Or 2-0. But not online. Exactly. That's why you will not see me playing over the board. Because there is no over the board bullet. You figured it out. Congratulations. Math checks out. Deductive reasoning. We're very bright here, guys. We're very bright. But yeah, I am excited to be in Singapore for the World Chess Championships. I've always actually wanted to go to World Chess Championships, just never like had a very particularly strong reason. It's gonna be interesting. And I am helping run Fan Zone there for the Singaporean Chess Federation, so that'll be fun. I mean, I am playing Rapid with Rosen. We're gonna be playing team battle chess together. Get there early. I'm actually going late. So I too am very fascinated by how this is going to go. I was actually thinking about it. Ding does not look like he's in very good shape. But we'll see. He says he wants to surprise everyone. So once again, you know, I have faith in him. It's okay. You don't need to find out there's over the board chess. Online is better anyways. Online is way better. Over the board doesn't have bullet. What's even the point? What do you mean, over the board bullet? If a time controls exists online, it definitely exists in person. I mean, 1-0 is not played very often, which is why most of the time when I play 1-0, it's literally just with friends. Because nobody wants to play 1-0 against me over the board. I've played like Elireza and stuff. Like, once again, most people don't really want to play bullet over the board. It's very sad. But honestly, I understand. I don't want to play any other time controls over the board, so I can understand why people don't want to play 1-0. I get it. Gukesh could have an insane year. It's very true. Gukesh could literally win the match in like 7 rounds. It'll be fun to see. It'll be really, 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 really fun to see. I do hope that they're still playing by the time I get there, though. Because that would suck. If I got to Singapore and they were like, sorry, match is done. Well... yeah, maybe it's just all like a long run prep by Ding to not perform well and to have everybody like underbet on him, and you know, maybe it's a great strat. I don't know. I don't really know. I think it's unlikely, which is why I would say if you are playing any bets, if they aren't, I just got a free trip to Singapore. Yeah, but like, I mean, honestly, Singapore is cool. I don't know if it's like 1.5 weeks. I mean, it is. I would go to Singapore for months. So I guess if the match is over by the time I get there, you guys are just gonna get a ton of IRL streams. Honestly, that's probably what that means. If, like, by the time I get there and the match is over, we're just gonna go to the hawker stalls every single day. No problem. It's not like there's a lack of things to do in Singapore, even if there wasn't chess going on. But I am insanely, insanely curious about, like, how this match is gonna go. Singapore has fantastic food, yes. Singapore is amazing. Maybe by then I'm gonna have my Chinese visa so I can go to China, but yeah, like I genuinely am a little concerned that the match is going to be over within like 7 rounds. I'm a little worried. Well, okay, maybe not quite 7, but you get my point. Like, there's a very realistic chance that Ding does not win a single game, and Gukesh wins like 4 games, and 4 draws, and then the match is over all of a sudden. And it's over 4 days early or something. And by 4 days, it's realistically like 8 days because they have a bunch of rest days and stuff. Anyways, it's not like I'm really doing the math right now, but you understand. So we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. But I do hope for a competitive match. I really do. I really do. I really am cheering for Ding. I think Gukesh is great. A great chess player. I think he has all the upside of being a young, ambitious 18-year-old. But, you know. He's only 18. He has a lot of opportunities. I think I just always root for the underdog. It might be Caesar. It might just be. Ding is 100% the underdog, yes. Ding did not win a single game at the Olympiad. Not one. You know what your goal should be in chess? Honestly, I gotta admit, my only goal in chess is to flag people, so I can't really blame Ding for not winning a game at the Olympiad. But generally, the goal in chess for the majority of people is to win. It's not mine personally, but once again, that does not mean that yours should not be to win. I do suck at chess. But if I suck at chess, just remind yourself, what does that make you? Makes you terrible at chess. It makes you dog shit at chess. So, you know, keep that in mind before you comment. You're welcome. It's true. Look, if you're gonna come for me, I'm gonna come for you. It's that easy. My goal is not to lose too quickly. Honestly, which pawn? Respect, bro. Respect. If he's hanging out in this chat, he's probably not a grandmaster. If you're going through the effort of signing up for an account on Twitch and making that comment, you probably don't have that much going on in your life. And for most grandmasters, you gotta be spending every minute, every second of your life trying to make money because chess doesn't pay. So, you know, I think just by the fact that he is in Twitch chat, it is very unlikely that he is a grandmaster. Who needs a free queen? Like I said, my only goal when I play chess is to flag my opponent. I don't really care about the rest of the game. If I don't flag my opponent, what's even the point of playing chess? Unlucky, did not get to flag this guy from Indonesia. I'm not saying that there are no GMs allowed in the chat. I just say it's very unlikely that there are GMs in the chat. Because GMs typically have a lot less time on their hands. Since, yeah, it's a little harder to, you know, pay the bills if you're a GM. might need to do something that actually is profitable. Mostly by making content for myself personally. Exactly. GMs have a lot of GM stuff to do. They gotta go GM. They all live together in big GM communes. Exactly. The fact that this person's account's name is Bullet Queen makes me want to hop on my other account. I forgot about that account. Hell yeah, Connor. That doesn't really work well, does it? No, didn't I literally just explain that it's hard to make money playing chess? I wish I was a millionaire. If I was a millionaire, I probably wouldn't be here, but that's okay. One day. I just play chess on stream as a job. You know how some of you guys might be accountants or teachers or actuaries, exactly. Might be working in tech. This is just my job. Good for you, Metformin. It's an important job. If I was a millionaire, what would I be doing? Honestly, I probably would still be streaming. Just probably not exactly what I do day to day, but I like making content a lot. Just probably more content that like I like to do. I sell drugs illegally. Jeez, chat. Don't expose yourself. Slow down there. Gasp, checkmate. Thanks, DXL. I just gamble all day. Also known as playing very aggressive poker, yeah? HEMA is in the same line of work. Honestly, explaining being a poker player to people is probably hilarious. Like, I don't know. I'm very lucky that most of my friends play poker or understand how poker works, but I can totally imagine the struggles of explaining that you're a poker player to like a new girl you just met. I've had friends that are like, yeah. They don't necessarily understand what I do. it would appear that I'm getting checkmated on my way to Vegas. Good. Well, you see, to be a millionaire, you actually need to not only have a solid stream of income, which being a content creator does not provide, because once again, you're a content creator. So you have a lot of people either supporting you, or your income is in flux month to month. It really depends. Very few content creators have solid streams of income. And I spend an exorbitant amount of money trying to not let myself die, quite literally. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's great. Worth it. Definitely worth it. Toronto's not even that expensive. I used to live in LA. It was way worse. $600 square foot apartment anyways. Yeah, it's true. I mean, also, like, $1 million really doesn't go that far these days. If you got it, like, if you got it point blank, sure. But let's say your income in a year is $1 million bucks, right? Like, it's insane, but it's not, I think, what a lot of people in their heads are like, oh my gosh, you're ready to retire and live the rest of your life. $1 million bucks is not gonna do that. It might if you like budget extremely smart and plan out stuff, but honestly, I don't even know if $1 million bucks like buys a condo in Toronto. Probably in, yeah, it's true in like Texas or something. That's true. There's probably still very affordable. It won't cut it in Toronto. Yup. It buys a parking spot in LA. Like, $1 million is not what it used to be. You can buy a house in Podlasia. It's true. You can't even buy like a house in, well, Vegas used to have fairly cheap housing because it was like in a desert and people didn't really want to be there, but now I think it's gone up. Very affordable if you want to live in a shitty place. True. True. I mean, money is such an interesting concept. Like, well, I think 1 million is a lot. Like I said, 1 million would probably let me be able to quit my day job, which is right now a lot of the time streaming, but it's definitely not enough to retire. And I think in my head, a lot of money is retirement money. But $1 million just point blank gives a lot of flexibility for like investments and all that stuff. Yeah, it's true. I mean, once again, could always move to somewhere where the money goes further, right? Which is why a lot of people in India, there's a lot of poker players in India because like $1 goes way further in India than it does in America. And then you have all these people like losing hundreds of dollars in a weekend. And those hundreds of dollars going to people playing from India or Brazil where the dollar value is just way higher. And that's a very solid level of income. But for like an American in the Midwest or something, like it's not necessarily a lot for them. So I think the concept of money just goes is really fascinating. I've never lived somewhere where things are cheap, I guess. I've lived in Finland, I've lived in France, I've lived in Canada, I've lived in LA. So, yeah. I think it's just like, yeah, for sure. Absolutely, Cronus. My preferred economic scalar is the Big Mac index. I don't even know why. That's my point though, love. Like, some people think of $1 million as a lot. And as somebody who lived in Toronto and LA in my most recent adult years where I'm paying for my own bills, it's a lot. But I know if I also saved up money and didn't really spend for like 2-3 years, probably hit it. Like if I genuinely just lived frugally, but then I would also be so insanely depressed and hate my life, and I probably would. That's not a really good part for me. So I think it's like, once again, yeah, for sure, Connor, for sure. It's tough. I mean, there's no easy way necessarily to getting like super rich, unless you're born rich and your dad gives you a little loan of $1 million. There's no like, if there was a secret get rich quick scheme, then everybody would be on it, right? So it doesn't work that way. Gotta choose your parents well. This is what I always say. No financial YouTubers were harmed with that statement. Yeah, for sure, Shermie. I definitely don't see myself ever, like, actually full-on retiring. Like, my definition of retiring is disappearing from public eye and going to do something that I want to do. Which, once again, wouldn't necessarily be, like, quote-unquote retiring. I think retirement is, like, not really something I'm interested in. I think everybody just kind of wants the flexibility in life to work on things they want to work on. I would get so bored if I just had nothing to do my whole, like, in my day, and all I did was, like, I don't know. I think that would get very boring very quickly for me. But I do think what money lets you do is have the flexibility to do more of the things that you want. I think that's a really big deal in life. Yeah, absolutely, Stanford. But I guess that's like what my goal in life is to work on projects that I want to work on and to have the flexibility to work on things and to do things that I want to do rather than like be stuck, I guess. Sounds like an argument for universal basic income. Yeah, that too. I mean, I think it's just like, it's not that unique of a line of thought. We've explored, as humans, as a society, so many types of ways too. Thank you, Heskier, for the Prime. Appreciate it. Welcome to the pool party. We are a society, for sure. Absolutely. love to just drink wine and travel, but no, that's not actually the only thing I want to do. Would be great though. But no, I was not born rich, so I will never get to do that. And that's okay. Life isn't really meant to be easy. I just want $80 million to make a movie. Damn. I once again don't necessarily think, like, I think retirement. I think working until you retire is very different from like choosing, being able to choose when you retire, if that makes sense. I think those are two very different concepts. Yeah, for sure, Lone Gamer. I hear you on that. Unfortunately, where you are born and the conditions in which you are born dictates so much of your life, so much of the time. I don't, like I said, I think my definition of retirement is really just being able to not do my day-to-day job and be able to like do more of the things that I want to do. Fuck you, money, yeah. Well, I would still want to have a job. Like, I would still want my job to make money. But it would probably be something much more on the entrepreneurial side. So, once again, yes, I do need a lot of money for that, but it's not like I have to come up with the money myself. Like, I just want to work on projects. And I still want them to be super, super successful. But, like, it's just very, very different from what I am currently doing day to day. And that's okay. And I'm aware of that. Yeah, for sure, Gabrielle. That's great, Wub. I love that for you. A proper 10 million? Honestly, there's so much, and a lot of it is under wraps. But I have some very, very, very clear ideas. And there's always a lot of projects I'm working on behind the scenes. But you can invest with me? I don't think so. I don't think investments is really where I would go at the current time. But I do have a lot of other projects in mind. No, if I had a few $1 million, I would pursue poker so much harder. I would want to be a winning poker player if I had a couple $1 million. I mean, I'm still gonna try to be a winning poker player without $1 million, but I gotta admit, it's a lot easier to play poker when you have money to play it. Poker is a tough game. But then again, if poker was an easy game, everybody would play it. You have the reward, Gary. You got your VIP for 2 weeks. To get to $1 million in poker, just start with 10 mil. Exactly. No, I would, if I had $2 million for poker specifically, I would like put so much of that on just improving my, like, there are some poker coaches out there that cost a lot. I'm not saying that like my current one's bad or anything, just I don't know. I mean, honestly, if I had $2 million, I would spend probably $100,000 literally the next day on hypnotherapy. If I had money, I would just fix my mental health. And it'd probably be worth like millions of dollars to me to fix my mental health. Because really, at the end of the day, what's like, you know, the most important thing? It's like your relationship with yourself and how you feel. So yeah, if I had like $1 million, I would spend a lot. Do I think hypnotherapy would do anything? I have talked to a hypnotherapist that a lot of my friends referred me to and said help them. And it seems like it's really just like revolutionary. And there's a lot of stuff like that out there. There's like constantly being new drugs designed. There's constantly being new procedures designed. That too, Skate Dub, honestly. But I think right now my mental health is a way more like risk. Like if I get $10 million in 20 years, it's not going to be very helpful if I'm dead. Which is why I'm very willing to spend like... If I had millions of dollars, that's what I would want to spend it on. So. Because what's the point of money if you're not even alive? Right? I just don't think there's much of a point. I used to have the mindset that if I like just collected money, I would be happier, and it's not, it doesn't work that way. Like, if you're not around to spend it, then meh. Which is also not, like, the healthiest mindset, but... Cash can be buried with you, though. True! Just be like the ancient Egyptians. Exactly. I've thought about it a lot. Like, it's not like I'm saving for family or my future kids or anything. Like, the only real stuff that I have to worry about in my lifetime is my parents and their retirement. So, you know, I don't need like all that much money for it, but it would be nice to fix my mental health at some point. That would be great. Yeah, exactly, Eclipse. I hear you on that for sure. It's not easy. Elon Musk is proof that mental health will be challenged regardless of how rich you are. True. Honestly, true. I don't, like I said, Stanford, I really have no idea what would be really, really helpful, which is why I haven't spent $20,000 on hypnotherapy. Sorry, $25,000 on hypnotherapy, I think is like the 1 hour rate. But that being said, with more money comes the ability to try more things and have the time to take off of work. Like, I've looked into ketamine treatments in LA, and you kind of need to be in a good mindset for that, and it's recommended that you take 3 weeks off of work. And let's be real, who is able to afford to take 3 weeks off of work? I don't know it works, but that's kind of the whole point, is that if you have a lot of money, then it kind of doesn't matter, right? Congrats, good for you, Strawberry Knight. Right, that's exactly my point, Bob, is like, if you had fuck you money, you would be able to potentially take that time off of work, do the ketamine treatment, and come back mentally stronger. And it's like, well, I don't think I can buy mental health, but I think I can definitely buy time. And I am happy with buying time currently. That's entirely what I spend my money on, is buying myself time. And I'm just really worried that at any given point that changes and I change my mind. So what's my favorite time to buy? I guess, like, food time. No, I mean, I'm insanely suicidal. I've tried, like, I think 2 or 3 times. Hence why I got California 5150'd. So all I really do is spend money on trying to not be suicidal. That's basically just what I do. Like, my day-to-day is just trying to not be suicidal. That's literally what I spend, like, most of my life on, and most of my money on. It's a good investment, for sure, but that's why, like, having $2 million or something like that would just be crazy. Like, I'd be able to take time off. I would be able to just refocus. I'd be able to, you know, do whatever treatment I wanted, not worry about it. There's no guarantee that it will work, but it sure currently is not going great, so, you know. It can't get worse, I think, is like the way I approach it. It just can't get worse. You know what? Yeah, you're right. It can totally get worse. But what I meant is, like, the treatment can't necessarily go wrong. Don't jinx it. Thanks. I'll try not to. Well, I mean, I don't think it's not dark. But I also think at the same time, there's no point in lying about it. You know, everybody goes through different issues in life. Mine is entirely trauma. Childhood based, and I've tried a lot of therapy. And I think to, like, maybe really make an impact on my own mental health, I need to, like, either change my entire lifestyle, which I can't afford to do because I'm not able to afford that, which is okay. Once again, not asking to be handed a silver spoon or anything, but just, like, factually, I can't afford to do that. So the only other thing I can do is to potentially make enough money to be able to pay for the therapy that I need. Or not necessarily need, just therapy that can potentially help. And from there, maybe it will change the way that I'm able to, like, process things and go through stuff. Yeah, but some people need a little extra help to help with the subconscious thought changes. And that's very much what I need. Like, I'm not saying that you can't do it on yourself, or, like, you know, meditation doesn't help or something, but it's just not really... I mean, it might happen. It's probably not going to happen, but it's not like a 0% chance. Right? So I just think that it's like... And there's nothing wrong with needing a little extra help in life. Just letting you guys know that. There's nothing wrong at all with needing therapy. Or being honest to yourself and just being like, hey, you know, like, I'm doing all the meditation, I'm doing exercise, I'm trying to do these active steps in my life, and realizing that that has not been helpful, and, you know, being aware of it, and then just taking that step to go get help. And, you know, that's really okay. And it's like, you should realize that it's okay to not necessarily be okay, and some people need a little extra help when it comes to mental health, because once again, if you break a leg, are people just telling you to, you know, suck it up and your leg will get better? No, of course not. And I'm not saying that mental health is like one-to-one with therapy, or like it's gonna help it 100%, right? But yeah, like some people get a motorcycle and they love it, or some people go raving. In fact, there are entire ethnicities that take raving as their therapy because their parents fucked them up so freaking hard that all of my Asian friends go raving. Literally, all of my East Asian friends love to rave. And it's like, I wonder why. And I'm not saying that white people don't go raving or something like that, but it would appear that exactly. My old coworkers revolve their lives around Burning Man, and I think it's really funny. I just think it's, well, like, it's kind of sad, but it's I also think it's kind of funny sometimes. And once again, you might hate raving, and that's okay. And there's like, I don't know, a lot of people I know go raving. Let's just put it that way. And it's very, however you deal with your mental and whatever you do, as long as you're not like hurting anybody else and preferably not hurting yourself. Yeah, they have raves in Japan. They actually, two of my friends went to, there was a really, really, really big rave when I was in Tokyo. Can't remember it now. But it was like the Japan version of something that they do in the US. And I'm not saying that any like particular way is healthier than other ways of doing it. And I just want to say that, like, to each their own, you know? Like, everybody is going through their own shit in life. So it's valid. Like, whatever floats your boat without sinking others, honestly, by my book, is cool for me. So it's just like, it's honestly to each their own. I honestly have like such a bad, I guess, job for my current mental health, but it's okay. Yeah, some people take raves as therapy. A lot of people don't necessarily do rave sober, and that's also honestly like, I don't know. It's not my place to say yes or no to what somebody else wants to do. For sure, Bob. Also, this job is very extroverted, and I'm not extroverted. Streaming 100% hurts mental health. But I don't really mind streaming. I would be way better, I would be much more okay with my job if it just so happened that I didn't have the childhood I grew up with. Kitty cat. I think it's the combo of like being forced to play chess for 18 years is just not great, you know? Somebody should have probably told my parents that before they did it. I would definitely say my chest pressure in childhood mental health was way better. I've been suicidal since I was like 7. Thanks, Mom, Dad. But it's okay. I mean, what can you do now? They did not know, it's true, but it doesn't change what they did, so it's like, it is what it is. I just had a really, really dark childhood. I don't think anybody really understands my situation. I think it's hard to explain to people. I did, yeah, I did. And they didn't really understand. So I broke off contact with them and moved to LA for 2 years. And now they understand. It's okay. I realized as an adult you can say no. Honestly, that's like the #1 thing that you should understand is that you can say no. Oh, I mean, I love my parents. And they love me. But does that mean that they understand? Not necessarily. You can love someone and not understand. I don't think that those are necessarily like direct. And I definitely think that like I took a bunch of risks, like breaking off contact with my parents and just like basically supporting myself entirely on my own and all of that stuff. So I've taken a lot of risks in life. I took the risk to get out of school and do something that I actually wanted to do instead of something they wanted me to do, finally. And it went better. It did get better. Like, I would definitely say I am currently the mentally the healthiest I've ever been my entire life, which honestly doesn't account for much, unfortunately, because I started so low. Like, I started so low on the bar that I'm still making my way to being like not suicidal, and it's taken 24, well, I guess I wasn't fully conscious when I was 2, but like it's taken me 21 years to get to this point. So really, yeah, it's like I had a mental elo of like 200 and now I'm at a mental elo of like maybe 1,000, and I'm just trying to get better. I really am. I'm really just trying to get better. It's like something that I absolutely have to do. If I don't, then yeah, it's super easy. But hopefully it just gets better, because it can't really get worse. Or at least it can't get worse. Like, I'm not gonna let it get worse. Well, I mean, I've been to like a bunch of doctors. I have diagnosed chronic depression. I have diagnosed chronic anxiety. Like, I get paranoid. I get a little I get mania sometimes. Yeah, it's true, Bob, for sure. But that's why, like, people sometimes are like, you shouldn't focus on negative comments so much and stuff like that. In my head, it's not a negative comment, because I say way worse things to myself. Like, there's nothing I've ever seen on the internet that I have not heard worse from either my parents or worse from myself. Does that make sense? Like, it's so hard. Oh, anything makes me paranoid. Literally anything. Like, from texting my friends to, like, literally messaging, like, people. I just get so insanely anxious about every single thing, and I get worried. Like, my paranoia goes to the point where it's like, oh, are these even my friends? And it's just like, it makes no sense. It makes literally no sense. Like, first of all, everybody has their own shit in life to figure out, right? So you just have to not be so worried about it. I don't know why they make me paranoid. I think it's just a lot of like being rejected as a kid by my parents. So yeah. With the friend thing. That's fair, Skate Dub. Honestly, it's tough. There are completely different types of depression. Exactly. And I think there's so many different types. And unfortunately, being like, when you're younger, whatever takes root when you're younger is more prominent in your life. So if you, like, by the time you're 5 or 6 or whatever, a lot of the time your brain is already more predisposed to stuff, which is why having a healthy childhood is so important for like a longer, Yeah, there's like numerous things I need to train my brain on. There's so many things. I don't get paranoid at all swimming with sharks. I don't have any physical fears because once again, life doesn't have that much meaning for me. Like if a shark ate me, I'm just dead. So therefore I don't care. If that makes sense. I get like worried about other people dying, but I don't really get worried about myself dying, which is why I don't have like I don't have a problem with things hurting. I also don't really feel pain as much as normal. Like I just don't care as much. I think so. I think paranoia once again. I think being anxious occasionally, being sad occasionally, all these things are things that happen in life. Right? And I think that it's, in other words, you're Asian. True, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And once again, I don't expect even, I guess, half of the people in the world to really understand how I feel because we're all different at the end of the day. And I think that is very healthy. It's super duper duper healthy that people don't feel the same way and people have their own like ways of going through life. Everybody goes through life differently and that is okay. And I don't need anybody to understand that. I share this mostly so when I talk about chess and when I talk about specific things, it's like, oh, there is context to this. I'm not saying that I am right in my decision to be suicidal. It's not really like a decision, you know, I just feel that way. Like, it's not really something I can just snap my fingers and change because if I could, I would. It's something that's probably gonna take a lot of time and a lot of money to potentially change because once again, I'm like aware that it takes a lot of effort to change the way that you think and there's a lot of science on this. There's a lot of science out there now that people are just sometimes born being more predisposed. There's literally genetics for this and that's okay. So yeah, for sure, Big Tipsy. Absolutely. And I think it's honestly more healthy that people don't understand and can't relate and just think that I'm extremely narcissistic and spoiled than it is for you to relate. I don't want anybody to be able to relate to being suicidal. Like, why the fuck would I want somebody to understand that? Like, you know? Like, seriously, happy for you. Please, if you don't relate to this, that's good. That's not necessarily bad. I don't want people to relate to being suicidal. That's so fucked up. So yeah. I read that anxiety can stem from watching your mother deal with stress in your first 3 years. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we think you're narcissistic. But my point is more just like, good, you don't understand. I used to think that I want everybody to understand how I feel, and now I'm just like, no, it's better if you don't understand. I only ever talk about it so people understand that, like, my experience with chess should not be your relationship with chess, and I don't want it to be anybody else's relationship with chess. I'm just extremely bitter about shit that went through in my life, and it's like, you know? So it's okay. But yeah, absolutely. I think practicing gratitude is a big thing. I think just being appreciative of what you have on a day-to-day basis. I think like one of the things that makes it really much worse for me personally, it's something that makes it worse for me is being on social media. I think for the majority of people, even though staying off social media is tough because it's all around us, my job actually revolves around putting myself out there and being on social media. and it's like, this isn't very helpful. And it is something that I consciously made my job. So, you know, I just have to suck it up. But I do 100% like understand that I'm doing something that is actively bad for my own mental health. And that's sometimes tough. So, what if I stand behind someone's stream and just take credit? Oh, that would be so crazy. Yeah, when I chill and not give a fuck, you know, my bank account doesn't like it very much. And like I said, I am paying all my own bills and this cat's bills. So, don't we all wish we could just chill a bit and not give a fuck? If I had somebody that was paying for my rent and my food expenses and all the other stuff, I would love to chill, but I can't. That's the goal, right? That's the dream. We all want to be a cat. Catsko needs to learn how to pay his own bills. Yeah. I've definitely thought about it, Neotris. I've definitely that's so sick. Yeah. It would be, well, I don't want to do it for a long time, right? I think it just needs to be long enough that I can take a little mental break, which is something I want to do. It's really something that I do want to do. But that being said, it's not like my main goal at the moment. I do think that I'm like, you know, do my best with my mental, and honestly, the best is what we can do. So, Japan helped immensely, yeah. Taking breaks is great. What a surprise. That's what I tell people, Joshua. I tell people that all the time. I'm having the remaining beer. Alright, we're gonna play a little poker, so YouTube, if you wanna go move over to Twitch, we can do that.